Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to our StreamYard Spotlight show. I am your host, Dana Benz. I'm the head of marketing here at StreamYard, and we do these shows every Thursday nights, 5 p.m. Pacific, to showcase our users, to showcase the people in the StreamYard community, seeing what kind of shows you're live streaming, different ways that you're using StreamYard to grow your brand, to reach new customers if you're a business, or to just grow a hobby if that's what you're using StreamYard to stream. So we have several people here in the chats already. Hi everyone, welcome. But today my guest, many of you may know her. She's in the StreamYard community group quite a bit. She also hosts a couple of shows, which we're going to talk about today. But I'm pleased to announce Heather Kraafter. Heather, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Absolutely. So we already have several people here in the chat, but if you're new to the show, or if you have questions for either me or Heather, you can leave them in the chat and we'll try to get to them. But first, I want the audience to know, Heather, why are you on the show? What are you using StreamYard for?
Why am I on the show? That's funny, Dana. I was going to ask you that, but no, I'm just kidding. I love using StreamYard because if it weren't for StreamYard, I wouldn't be able to stream. In our current situation, I have really poor internet, and it doesn't allow me to live stream to places like YouTube or Twitch.
Okay.
Based on the power or lack thereof with my internet. So because StreamYard is browser based, it allows me to utilize the power of StreamYard and no longer have to be the one who has the high powered internet. So it has opened up doors for me, and I've been able to stream for over a year very well because of StreamYard.
Wow, that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
So how long have you been streaming?
Oh gosh, I started in 2013, in January of 2013, all with this little blue button on YouTube that said go live, and I pushed it, and and it's been what do they say? History was made.
It's all history. Something like that. Yeah. Wow. So you are, I mean, you're like a day one live streamer, because I think live streaming on Facebook wasn't even a thing until
honestly, we didn't even call it live streaming. We did not call it that. That is not a term that even existed at that time. So yeah.
Wow, look how far
you can
we've
say
come.
it. I'm a dinosaur. That's for sure. I've been around a long time, but I ain't going extinct. So
No, you're not. So I want to talk about the show, or the shows that you do. So you have a couple things you're doing on StreamYard, right?
Yeah, I use StreamYard here at the Craft Shack to stream my daily art show. It's Tuesday through Fridays at 12:30 p.m. over on Twitch, and I do that through StreamYard. And then my partner Michael Daniels, who you had on here 2 weeks ago as a guest.
Yep, he was.
Yeah, he and I do the Tinkering with Tech show, and we run our Tinkering with Tech community, and it's all done through StreamYard, so it's pretty cool.
Wow, how neat. Yeah. So you're doing two shows. You're doing it 5 days a week, aren't you?
We actually use it. We actually do the game show too, but I can't take any credit for that at all. I just get to play.
Oh my gosh, dang. So you're just streaming all the time. So,
yeah.
So I want to talk about the art show, because I think that's a really neat way you're utilizing StreamYard to stream.
It's different. It's different than what you typically see when you're looking like we are right now. I like to call this a talking head show, right? Where we're a couple of heads just yammering. So I don't do any kind of talking head show except for the Tinkering with Tech show with Michael. That's, I guess, kind of one of those. But mine has, since day one, been mostly my hands with a camera pointed down at my table, showing all of the artwork that I'm doing. So it's kind of a different.
So neat. So are you where are you streaming that one to? That one's the Twitch show?
Twitch, yes.
Okay.
I use Twitch, which for those who don't know, Twitch is it was originally for gamers, and it's mostly gamers at the moment. But when it was purchased by Amazon, they tried really hard to get other creators on there, and I have always enjoyed the atmosphere of the live streaming and how it's just acceptable to just take your time and be in the middle of whatever you're doing. And if it takes 2 hours, it's fine. And so I've just really enjoyed that. And it's really helped my artwork as well, because I'm able to just concentrate on doing some fun art and not worry about the clock. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that a lot. So the art that you do on StreamYard, so you have one, is it like a webcam that's pointed at the art?
Yeah, now I do have to tell the audience, I pull a few advanced user tricks that are not typically used for StreamYard customers, but I do want to let people know that it is possible with a little bit of education and work, which is pretty much the reason why I do a Tinkering with Tech show, because I tinker with tech in order to do my art.
Right.
But yeah, I use what's called OBS virtual camera, which allows me to have multiple cameras, and I can actually, I don't know if I should have set up for this, so I apologize. It's not going to look great, but I can show you by pushing a button on my device over here. I can actually switch the cameras, and you can see this is my desk, and I put my my keyboard there. But it's kind of interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's
but just with the push of a button.
Yeah, that's where you do your art, on your table.
Yeah, and so I have a camera that's pointed at me right now, and then I have a camera right here in front of me that's pointed down at my desk. Both of those go through my OBS virtual camera, which again is an advanced user trick. Yep. And then that comes through StreamYard so that you guys can see it just the way I set it up.
Yep, yeah. Got it. And we've been having some questions about your flowers, about your background. So I want you to answer those. How are you making the flowers transition?
Yeah, I know. I told you that was going to be a question, didn't I? Yeah. That is, again, a part of that OBS virtual camera. It's just one of the many tricks I can do. I can actually, put up little things like, you could see my logo pop up on the screen. Yeah. These are all things that I can do because I took the time to learn a thing called OBS and then hooked it up. So, yeah.
Cool. So, let's see. So, your art show, I want to take us back to how you're doing this art. So, what kind of engagement are you seeing, or how are you interacting while you're literally painting?
Yeah, so there's a couple of things and reasons why I love StreamYard, because number one, it makes it really simple to use for somebody, even without the whole bells and whistles of OBS, okay? I can have guests in here with me, like you and I are in here together, and that means that if you were the person who is doing the art and I was your helper, I can actually read off the comments. And I can help you and say, hey, Dana, somebody has a question about the paint that you're using, or the paintbrush you're using, or, that kind of thing. And so that engagement and being able to have an audience that says, how did you even think to put this there, or to do, that? And I can answer those questions because my partner, Jules, she would read those questions and allow me to answer them. Otherwise, my head is down and I am painting and I have no idea what those comments say, So,
that's what
I'm
thinking.
Thank God for that.
You're in the zone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So they're added as another co-host to your stream, or are they just a guest on the?
They're just a guest. They're just a guest. So they can't actually, at the moment, they can't bring the comments up on screen, but we're really hoping that you guys over there at StreamYard are working on that. So
yep. We've had that request once or twice.
Once or twice, maybe. But yeah, so that is a really cool feature. And recently I've been also inviting other folks to come in so they all can converse. And it's so wonderful, the engagement that happens within the audio of hearing people behind the scenes talking and that kind of thing, that the audience can hear them, and the questions this conversation is going the whole time I'm painting, and it allows me to concentrate on the art itself. So
The most
without
important
that
part.
feature, I think it would be kind of a little boring because you'd just be sitting there listening to me paint. That's not a good, exciting
Yeah.
show. So there's that, and then the fact that every once in a while, when there is something really awesome to share that the audience has brought up, then I do, just really easy, move my mouse a little bit, click the comment, and it's brought up on screen just like you're doing right now.
Oh,
And I
how
think
cool.
that's so cool because when you're talking about engagement with an audience, nobody
Yeah.
else really has that. And I love it. I
Yeah.
love that I can bring those comments up. So,
Yeah. I think it's so fun too. And I think it makes it more of a, instead of just we're a talking head show like you described it, and it's just us in an interview format. I think it opens the conversation so much
right,
more. So now we're
right.
talking with people in our group, and people are asking you questions, people are asking StreamYard questions, and I think it just makes the conversation so much bigger than just a couple of
Oh, so
talking
much.
heads.
Well, and I can very easily record me painting and then, put it to music and put it up on screen, but I
Right.
personally don't enjoy watching those videos.
Okay.
So, I would rather do something that I enjoy watching myself, and I figure if I enjoy watching, there's got to be at least one other person out there who enjoys watching it, and that's who I came to play for.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I
that's my
love that.
goal.
I
As long as
love
there's
that.
one other person out there, I'm good to go.
Yeah, and you're so right that, I mean, those like pre-recorded video content isn't engaging at all, and
Yeah.
so it's just less enjoyable, or could be boring sometimes, especially if it's just a, like, I can imagine seeing a hour-long video of how to paint a certain thing, but I think it would be so much more fun to watch it while it's live and then be like, hey, Heather, can you go back and like walk me through this step that you did when you painted something this way?
I
I
will
think that,
tell you, I think that one of the things that's so cool about live streaming, for me from the very beginning, is that I show my mistakes and everything.
oh, that's
From
cool.
the very beginning, when I first started, was like, I want it to be live because I've watched too many of these videos where everything was done so perfectly and edited
Yeah.
and cut out all the mistakes that when
Yeah.
I followed along, I was frustrated. And so I got really kind of irritated, I guess, by these videos that were just too perfect.
Yeah.
And I have this one story of this one video where I was doing as a paper project, and I would pause the video, rewind it a little bit, pause it again,
Yep.
rewind it a little bit, pause it again, trying to see where I had made the mistake. And
Yeah.
that's when I noticed there was a slight editing error where the one that she had done and then the one that she's showing now weren't the same.
Got
She
it.
edited out the mistake I'm experiencing right here, and that was it for me. I was like, never again. I will show my mistakes and you will flub up with me, and
Oh
that's the
my
way we do
gosh.
it. So,
That's a great idea. Like, and that's so true, right? That the flaws, the people going through it who are trying to learn from you, they're going to experience the flaws too. And
exactly.
that's
Exactly.
that's also a reason I think a lot of people decide not to live stream, because they could
Oh,
make
for
those
sure.
mistakes, you
For
know?
sure, and it's scary. I mean, to
Oh
be
yeah.
honest, it's totally scary to flub up in on,
Yeah.
like when you're live is one thing, but then it's recorded. So
Right.
like there's
This
there's not
content
just
stays.
right, it's not just proof, but it's proof forever,
Yeah,
or until I hit
yeah.
the delete button. But
Right.
I mean, I guess that's kind of a scary thing, but I mean after the first couple of times I realized this is who I am and I'm not going to change. It's kind of like using a pen versus using a pencil. I make way less mistakes with a pen because
Ah,
I can't mess that up, like I
yep.
can't erase it. But as
Yep.
soon as I get a pencil, I'm erasing all the time, and
Good
I don't know
point.
what that's about, but I think that
Good
it's
point.
it's it's kind of cool to just embrace the mistakes and head
Yep.
forward, and then people start to really appreciate that. And I think we see a lot of
Yeah.
people doing live streaming and really just embracing the fact that, hey, it's a live show, things happen,
Things
thanks for
happen.
being here.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think live streaming, since everyone's been stuck at home, even like people from TV, And now we're being able to see like celebrities who are live streaming now from their house. I think the aspect of it being live and being so much more real, like you're showing your real, like this is what's going on. This is like
exactly
you and me real time.
Oh my gosh, those first couple of weeks of the shutdown or whatever we call it, that was kind of funny to watch some of those news reporters and little kids come walking in and they're like,
I know. I know. It's so funny. And there's people walking back and you hear all these kind of background noises. And everyone's been going through that. Like everyone's working from home. They're doing their work calls online, figuring out how to set up a half decent webcam. Yeah.
Yes.
It's been changing the game. I don't know. So we had another question. Thanks you guys for tuning in, and we have so many people watching. We have so many comments. I can't get through them all. We had someone ask to come on the show, but I wanted to let him know. Oh yeah, I think it was Chris. Chris, you can fill out the form. I think I left it on the comments of the Facebook page. You can fill out the form to come on the show if you want to be featured in the next coming weeks, because we do
that
these
every cool.
every Thursday and we interview a new guest each week. So back to you, Heather. Is there anything else that StreamYard has made possible for, like, maybe something that users wouldn't really know about your art show? Like, how else is StreamYard making your art better or making your art show better?
Well, the fact that it plays live is a huge one, because there'd be no live art show without StreamYard at all. So that part is pretty cool. But I would say the comments are pretty much my favorite thing, to be able to bring those up anytime. People take time out of their day to come and watch a live stream. Like, we've got so many folks here in the audience today, and they've just, some of you don't even use Facebook regularly. I see you, Sheila. And you've popped over just to be a part of the show, and I'm so grateful for that. But without bringing your comments in, it's kind of lame duck, and it's so cool that you guys really focus on that and bringing that in as a part of things. And it's so easy to do, just a click and it's on, and a click and it's off. And I know that that's one of those 3 pillars. So I am grateful for that. I think it makes a huge difference.
Yeah. And I really like how it can kind of guide the conversation. You could have, maybe for your art, it doesn't change the way you are going to draw something, but in a conversation, it could change where the interview is going, if all the viewers are like, we need to know this about Heather,
I will say this. It actually has been the driving force between for our latest project, is the comments and the folks out there commenting, because I'm currently painting an apron that I'm giving away to the live viewers, and the way that they enter is by using these things called, we call them crafty coins over on Twitch. They get them for free just by watching live.
Cool.
And then they use those points to purchase what I would call a ticket, and that ticket allows them an entry to win. And they have to do it by leaving a comment. When they leave the comment, we bring it up on screen, and it's just full circle. So yeah, it does actually dictate what I paint.
Smart. So is that process handled through your website, or is it?
No, it's all through Twitch. So
got it. Okay.
The really cool thing when I first started this, because Twitch started this thing, they call them chat points. I think they call it chat points. I don't know what they call it. They should change it to crafty coins. But that's what I changed it to. So when they started this, I think at the end of the year last year, somewhere around there. And it's kind of this weird way to get people to engage and to stay watching the stream. And it's kind of a gimmicky thing. And I thought, well, how am I going to use this? I mean, I'm not a gamer. Yeah. And some of the suggestions they had were kind of like, no, I'm not doing that. Yeah. And so one day it just sort of occurred to me, what if people purchase things like a flower or a butterfly or a ladybug or a
Yeah.
dragonfly. And then I would just, when somebody took the time to buy one of those, quote unquote, buy one, I would then paint that on a piece of paper and put their name on it.
Oh,
And then
cute.
when the whole paper was filled up, I would draw one of those names and send it off to them as a thank you gift for watching us live.
Oh,
That
wow.
was a huge hit.
Wow.
I thought at first, well, maybe we'll fill up one of these papers in 3 or 4 months, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
We ended up filling it up in about 2.5 weeks. So it worked
Wow.
out really well. I had to do an entire
Wow.
episode of just painting those things because there were so many people who had asked for one. So
Yeah.
yeah, so it's a
That's
lot of fun
incredible.
to do fun things like that. That's just really out of the box thinking. So I
Yeah.
don't know. Has nothing
Absolutely
to do with
out of the
StreamYard, I
box.
realize, but it I wouldn't be possible without StreamYard because I just couldn't
Yeah.
stream without you guys.
Well, and it's
So
just another, I mean, you're still streaming on StreamYard. It's just another way you're interacting with your viewers, which I
yeah.
think is so neat. So you have each day, how long do you paint for? Like how long are these shows going on for?
Um, Anywhere from 50 minutes to an hour and a half. I
Dang.
think one time we did one for 2 hours, but I just kind of got lost in the painting. That happens sometimes.
That's a
But
long time. That's a long time to
yeah,
paint.
yeah, it actually goes by so fast that I feel sometimes like I'm robbing the audience because they haven't been around very long and then they don't get enough crafty coins. So,
Yep.
yeah,
That's so fun.
we do what we can do.
Yeah, good point. Well, Heather, thank you so much for being on the show. I know we're almost out of time.
Yeah.
It was so nice to have you chat just briefly about what you're streaming about. So where can people find your art show if they wanted to tune in?
Yeah, on Twitch, if you go to twitch.tv/craftshack, I'm spelling it right there.
Craft Shack.
If you go
Yep.
to yep, Craft Shack, and then I'm there every Tuesday through Friday, the Lord willing, at 12:30 Eastern time, which is 9:30 Pacific time right now. So yeah,
Yep. Okay.
yeah,
Okay, perfect. So it's the Craft Shack on
yeah,
Twitch, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. And where can they watch your Tinkering with Tech? Where is that?
That would be Coach Diesel on Twitch, or he also has YouTube. That's Michael Daniels. For those of you who don't know, Michael is in the audience. Michael,
He
you can
is.
click on
Hey,
his Facebook page and
yep.
follow him, and you will see it. I promise. Every Wednesday.
Cool. Sounds good. Yep. We all know Michael. He was on the show like you said a couple weeks ago, and he's so active
Yeah.
in our group, in our StreamYard group too. I think everyone knows who Michael is by now.
Yeah, if you don't, I don't know where you've been. Maybe you just showed up today.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Maybe. Yep. And April's in our group a lot too. She just put the link there,
Thank
so
you,
you guys can
April.
so you guys
Thank
can
you.
click on it
Thank you,
there.
dear.
Yeah, this marks our, I think we're on the fourth, maybe fifth episode. I'm losing track now of the StreamYard Spotlight. Heather, thank you again so much for being on the show, and we
You
will
are welcome.
see
Thank you for having
everyone
me.
next week. Oh, absolutely. Anytime. Bye.